doesn't look like they're crossing the border. They're probably worried about Strata.
What will you do now, Asbel?
Just what I can, I think. I have to ensure that Lant isn't swept into another battle. And then there's Sophie. She died 7 years ago. She died protecting us. But now she's back, and not a year older. I may not understand it, but I'll make sure we don't lose her again.
Yeah, and we're totally gonna help. Right, Mr. Captain?
Of course.
Thank you.
Well, we came to investigate the Thandelian army, and we've done that. Let's head back into town.
Agreed. I can't believe it's true. You really are the same Sophie.
But it is true.
Oh, I know. But there was a part of me that was sure I'd never see you again. It just makes me so happy.
Being able to remember you makes me happy too. But everyone has grown so big, and I'm still...
Uh-oh. She must be bothered that she hasn't developed at all in 7 years. Don't you worry, Sophie. Even if your height and such haven't grown, you're still the same old Sophie to us.
And such? What else is there?
Oh, sorry, nothing at all.
We have everything under control. We'd be fools to depend on someone who vanished during our time of greatest need. If help is required, Hubert will no doubt provide it.
Bailey doesn't understand.
He's probably talking about my decision to join the Knight Academy. And he's right. I was gone for 7 years. I abandoned my duty and thought only of myself. Maybe I should just leave Lant for good.
You're going to leave again? I heard Hubert might be leaving too.
What are you talking about?
I overheard one of the soldiers. Apparently, Strata is displeased with the way Hubert is handling things here. I think they're going to recall him.
Recall him? What's Hubert going to do about it?
I don't know.
If Hubert leaves, what will happen to Lant? I have to go see my brother.
Asbel, are we all going to be separated again? No, I can't let that happen.
I can't solve all of Lant's problems, but I could fix quite a few. At the very least, I'd like to strengthen our defenses and make plans for an orderly transition of power.
Then I'll go to Strata instead. I'll tell them how much you mean to both countries. I don't know if I can stop your recall, but I should be able to buy some time.
Do you realize what you're saying? There will be no way to guarantee your safety.
If it helps you, I'm willing to risk it.
Why are you doing this?
Because it's a way for me to protect Lant. Will you come to Strata with me? I'm going to ask the President to rescind Hubert's recall order. Honestly, it could be dangerous. I don't know how the President will respond. But I need your help, so please come with me.
Your Majesty, you should rest. I must insist that you return to your room at once.
I'm fine. There is no need.
But sire, you are still recovering from the grievous wounds you received.
I am not a normal human, Dallin.
What does that mean?
I am the king of Windor. Do not think to equate me with mere commoners. The king must be strong, and I must become even stronger. And I know just what to do. There is great power here in Windor. And not just here. This entire world is filled with incredible power.
Pardon me, but are you heading to the capital? Unfortunately, the road is currently blocked by the Rakagon.
The Rakagon?
It's a large monster with a rock-like appearance. Still, this is odd. I'd heard that the Rakagon was an intelligent and docile creature that never troubled humans.
Normally that's true, but right now it's rampaging on the high road between Sable Isole and the capital. It's a dangerous situation, so the military has closed the high road to all through traffic.
Thank you for informing us.
I'm impressed you know so much about the local wildlife, Captain.
I spent time here before joining the Knights. The Rakagon is beloved among the citizens of Strata.
So, what's the plan, Asbel?
Hard to say without knowing more about the situation. For now, let's head for the town of Sable Isole.
The military is closing roads off because of one Rakagon monster. I don't know anything about it, but is it really that dangerous?
It's no mere monster. It wouldn't be a fair fight for us humans.
Do you have any idea why, Captain Malik?
It's just something I've heard. I suspect we'll understand as soon as we lay eyes on it.
Exciting!
The ground's shaking.
Is it an earthquake?
Hey, not cool! Where'd this stupid sandstorm come from?
Look, over there.
That's...
The Rakagon?
Whoa, that thing is really, really, really big! And it's coming this way!
Ah!
Looks like we made it.
Do you think it's because of the pepper?
Hubert's charm was luckier than we thought. But why did he give us something filled with pepper?
Maybe he knew he'd be swallowed by a giant monster!
What does it all mean?
Asbel, where's the Rakagon?
Hey, that's right. Where did it go?
It seems to have fled the area.
The high road is open once more. On behalf of Strata, I thank you. But tell me, what exactly did you do?
The Rakagon was infected with parasites, so we cleared them out. And then we were looking for an exit when...
That looks like a Krius charm.
Wait, that's right. I remember now. I gave this to Hubert a long time ago. I wanted to fill it with granulated Krius, but I couldn't find any, so I had to use pepper. I can't believe he hung on to the old thing this whole time.
They say Krius charms protect their bearers. Apparently, they even work without the Krius. Anyway, I think the Rokugan has returned to its peaceful ways. Had you not stepped in, well, I hesitate to think what we might have been forced to do.
You won't hurt it?
Don't worry, it's perfectly safe now. Now, if I might ask, why are you going to the capital?
We're trying to extract my brother from a difficult situation. To do so, we have to meet with someone in the capital.
I see. Well then, I wish you luck. Perhaps we will meet again someday.
Well, the high road's open again. Let's head for the capital.
Who would have thought a huge city like this could survive in the middle of the desert?
Strata's power comes from a volcanist called Duplamar. This country possesses the most advanced technology in the world for drawing power from a volcanist.
Got it. Now let's see if we can use this letter to meet the president.
I suppose we should head to the presidential palace.
Wait, you're...
Dylan Paradigm, President of Strata. Thank you again for your help with the Rokugan. In truth, I wasn't trying to hide my identity, but in that place, and with that outfit, I figured you wouldn't believe me anyway.
Mr. President, Lant is currently facing threats on all fronts. We need the continued leadership of my brother, Governor Oswell. I hope to come here and convince you of this. Your order was issued because Hubert was said to be ignoring the will of Strata. However, in accordance with the agreement between our two nations, his actions are clearly in the right. I humbly request that you refrain from quick judgment of him and come to a fair and rational decision.
My reports say your brother is not fit to be a governor.
I would disagree, Mr. President. Hubert is held in the highest regard by all the citizens of Lant.
Interesting. I've heard very different things from Mr. Garrett Oswell here. I sent the recall order so I could ask your brother about the situation directly. The original plan was for a much larger area of Lant to come under our control. And in turn, for the supply of Krius to increase exponentially. You hold your younger brother in very high esteem, Mr. Lant.
He is an exceptional person, sir, and I believe he can serve as a link between Strata and Lant.
I trust him for this as well. However, there is no getting around the fact that his current methods will leave our country desperately short of Krius. If that does not change, I will eventually be forced to recall him.
But...
Personal feelings have no place when compared to the well-being of a nation.
But if the Krius problem were to be solved, you wouldn't need to recall Hubert. Mr. President, please, give me just a little time.
This is not a problem that can be solved quickly, Mr. Lant, and I don't know how much time we have left.
I understand, sir, but I have to try.
Well then, good luck, and I pray you find a solution.
Hubert, what are you doing here?
The situation has changed.
Windor has pulled her armies out of Lant and stationed them in Barona. More on that in a moment. Let's hear your report.
Well, you see, King Richard appeared at Duplamar, and then he,
Did he absorb all the Eleth from the volcanist Krius?
How did you know?
It's the reason why Windor's army pulled back. King Richard absorbed the energy from the volcanist Krius in Barona and then vanished. Apparently, the capital is in chaos.
We have no idea why or how King Richard would do such a thing. Regardless, we cannot stand idly by. The time has come for action. There are two issues. First, we must deal with the loss of our Valkanus Creus. Second, we must find King Richard and ascertain his ultimate goal. This new development is a threat to all nations, and we must put aside petty international squabbles.
As 2 of the Valkanus have been drained, we must assume he will target the 3rd as well. That means he's likely headed for Fendel.
Asbel, I must ask of you a great favor. Will you take up the pursuit of King Richard?
Does that mean you're sending me to Fendel?
Your friend knows about Valkanus, and you know the king. I can think of no better people for the job. Please know we will support you with every resource at our disposal.
Very well, Mr. President. We have our own concern about both the Valkanus and the king. So we accept your proposal.
Hubert, I want you to accompany Asbel.
But sir...
Mr. President, Lont will be lost without Hubert.
If I allow you to choose the next governor, will that put your mind at ease? I understand you might have concerns about who I would nominate. And I would want your mind clear and focused for the upcoming investigation. Well, Asbel Lont, do you find my terms acceptable?
Yes, Mr. President. Thank you very much.
It's very cold here. Are you okay, Sophie?
I'm fine.
Yeah, well, I'm freezing! Come on, Sophie, you gotta help me warm up!
I tried to find the exact location of Fendel's Valkanus, but came up empty. According to rumors, however, it's somewhere near the capital, Zavhert.
That's unfortunate. Zavhert is a long way from here. For now, let's head to the town of Velanik. It should be just ahead.
This ship will take us to Zavhert.
You seem to know a lot about this country.
Is that a problem?
No, not a problem. It's just... interesting.
The captain's crazy old. He probably knows about everything by now.
Tactful as always, Pascal.
Don't change the subject.
I'm not. I'm only like 22, and so I thought that Gramps here might be all kapow, and then...
I didn't mean the subject of your age.
Don't fight.
Sorry about that, Pascal.
Oh, no worries. Doesn't bother me.
So this is Fendel's capital, huh?
The fog sure is thick here.
Steam is the main source of power in Zavhert. The fog you see comes from their machines.
You sure studied up on this place.
It's common sense to know about your potential and
Is Strata planning to war with Fendel?
that possibility has been under some consideration.
But that would leave Lont caught in the middle.
We can discuss such matters later. We should go before the guards become suspicious.
Right. Keep your eyes peeled for anyone who might be able to help us. It sounds like Fendel really is conducting experiments on their Valkanus. But we still don't know where it is.
I'm still surprised the Amarcians are apparently helping them.
Me too. I thought they were all extinct.
Man, this is bad. This is really, really bad.
What are you getting so worked up about?
See, Fendel Fendel's Valkanus is kind of wonky, so it's really hard to extract Eleth from. It's also really dangerous to extract Eleth from it. And if this little experiment of theirs fails...
What do you mean, boom?
I mean, boom! Like the entire country of Fendel being wiped off the map! That kind of boom! Remember that crater we saw on the way here? That was when a Creus about this big decided to explode. Tiny Creus, huge crater. Now, think about what would happen if the entire Valkanus exploded.
How do you know all this, Pascal?
Because I made the crater. That's why I know this is bad. I'm pretty sure they're using my research for their Valkanus experiment. I knew it as soon as I saw those soldiers' weapons at Warrior's Roost. The principles are totally based on my work.
But wait, I thought they were using Amarcian technology.
Yeah, they are. I'm an Amarcian.
What?
Oh, did I not tell you that? I could have sworn I mentioned it at some point. Yeah, so, hey, I have an idea. Let's go visit the Amarcian Enclave. There's gotta be something useful there. We might even learn where the Valkanus is.
Is it nearby?
Well, it's not super nearby, but, you know, it's in Fendel.
Huh. Well, I suppose it can't hurt.
This is the Amarcian Enclave? I've never seen anything like it.
I grew up in Fendel, and I never even knew this place existed.
Yeah, we've been helping Fendel here and there for a while, but we have to keep it all shh. Anyway, let's head over to my place first. Come on. Overseer! Overseer! Hey, are you there?
You don't have to shout. We can hear you just fine.
Hey, Poisson! Long time no see!
Pascal, you know it's against the rules to bring outsiders here.
Come on, don't be like that. Is the Overseer here? I gotta ask her some stuff.
The Overseer has long since stopped speaking with others. If you wish to talk to her, you must do so through me.
Okay, sure. It'll be good practice, since you're eventually gonna be the next Overseer. So, can we get into the Archive of Wisdom? The Archive's been around for centuries. It's basically a big hall where we store everything we've ever learned. It's crammed full of totally awesome stuff, and I've been wanting to check it out for a while.
The Overseer says that none but herself may enter the Archive of Wisdom.
Yeah, I know what she's gonna say. I want you to let us in. Jeez, don't be so uptight.
Maybe you're not uptight enough, Pascal.
Poisson, did you know Fendel is running experiments on the Valkanus?
Of course. What of it?
What of it? If we don't put a stop to him ASAP, things are gonna get really bad really fast.
The Overseer and I were informed that everything is proceeding just fine.
Poisson, listen. I'm pretty sure they're using my old research. I stopped working on that research because I couldn't get it to work. Extracting Eleth was doable, but once the output reached a certain rate, things would get all out of control. If they use that on the Valkanus, it's gonna be totally catastrophic.
The Overseer says we have no authority to interfere in such matters.
Okay. Then tell me who's doing the experimenting, and I'll talk to him myself. Heck, it's probably the same person who took my research in the first place.
Your sister is in charge of the project.
Fourier? I should have guessed. So is she here or what?
No, she left some time ago and is currently operating her own laboratory.
No kidding. Well, how's about you tell me where it is and I'll go chat her up?
Did you see a sign on your way out from Zafhard where the road splits in two? If you take the other path from there, you'll find Fourier's laboratory at the end.
Nice. Thanks, Poisson. Sorry, guys, but I gotta run down to that lab and see what's going on.
We'll go as well. It sounds pretty serious. Besides, if this leads to the Valkanus, it will eventually lead us to Richard. It makes sense for everyone.
Aw, thanks, you guys. All right, let's hit the road.
I'm surprised you were able to defeat my Varus.
Fourier!
Pascal, is that you? Oh, good heavens, I thought someone was trying to steal my work.
Wow, I can't believe you built that Varus and everything. You're amazing, sis!
It would have been more amazing if you hadn't defeated it so easily. So, what are you doing here?
We came to talk about Fendel's Valkanus Creus experiment.
On Forbrenir? I'll have you know, I spent years working on the research used in that experiment. I may have used your work as a starting point, but what matters are results. You know that.
It's okay. I didn't come here to take credit for anything. I know you've done a ton of work on it. But no matter how smart you are, sis, the research is still flawed.
And just what does that mean?
Well, it's like... Look, it's gonna be a lot faster if I can just show you. Do you have any Creus fragments laying around? Like, maybe one the size of a bean?
How's this?
That's perfect. Here, gimme.
Impressive, yes? No one has ever been able to extract Eleth from Fire Creus so efficiently.
Yeah, but when we give this thingy a little chunka...
Pascal, what are you doing?
Guys, you might want to get back!
What just happened?
See? That's the trouble with Fire Creus. If you apply too much pressure when extracting the Eleth, it starts a chain reaction. And once that happens, it starts accelerating all the surrounding Eleth, and then... kapow! You can contain the damage when it's a handheld weapon or something, but with the Valkanus, it would be a total disaster.
So that's why you never finished your research.
Yeah, I saw where it was headed, so I just chucked the whole kit and caboodle. And that's why we gotta stop the experiment before everybody gets blown up.
I can't do that.
Yeah, it might be tough for you to tell him, huh? Well, look, how's about you just show me where they are and I'll just do it.
Are you trying to make a fool of me?
Am I what now?
You saw where it was headed? You just worked it all out in your head! Do you have any concept of how hard I've worked to complete the research you've abandoned? You always do this! You mimic whatever I do, then just effortlessly do it better! I kill myself to be successful, and then you sweep in with your quick thinking and fancy talking, and you just leap ahead of me like it's nothing!
Fourier,
Fourier, we must get to the Valkanus Creus. Even if the experiment wasn't a danger, there's a different threat on the way. If we don't act now, it will be drained of its Eleth, just like the other Valkanus.
Wait, the other Valkanus?
Yes, so we have to stop it, no matter what. Please, Fourier, tell us where Forbrenir is.
I don't know where it is, but the man in charge of the experiment does.
Who's that?
Fendel's chief science officer, Kurt Bessel.
Kurt Bessel?
You know him, Captain?
Yes. Though I never imagined we would meet again like this.
Where can we find him?
The Ministry of Science is located in the capital, although I couldn't say if he's there at the moment.
Thank you. That's a good place to start. We'll try to speak with Kurt ourselves.
Do as you like. It matters not to me.